Hi everybody. So today I am trying something new that I've never made before. I got the idea from another person who does cooking on YouTube, and her name is, her channel name is Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking. And I am making a pierogi casserole. I'm really excited because I love pierogies. This doesn't have pierogies in it, but it has all the ingredients of pierogies in it to make a casserole. So I prepared everything in advance, and believe me, it took me quite a while. So this isn't a quick dinner. This is something that takes time. You got to prep. Like Helga says on her page, you can do lots of easy steps, like you could use instant mashed potatoes and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't. I made my own mashed potatoes, I fried up bacon, I fried up onions, I made the noodles, and so let me show you what I did in advance. So I made a huge pot of mashed potatoes, and I made them like I normally do with butter and milk, salt and pepper, but then you're supposed to add in an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. So I did that, and they're really good that way. You're supposed to fry up about 8 slices of bacon to crispy, because you're going to crumble those up. I did 2.5 medium onions sauteed in butter. This is how I eat my pierogies when I make them. I fry them up in onions, and then I eat them with sour cream. So we've got the sour cream in here, we've got the onions here, the potatoes in there, and then of course cheese for the filling. So that'll be in there too. And then this is what surprised me was lasagna noodles is supposed to represent the dough of the pierogi. So, and also parsley, dried parsley. I sprinkled a little bit of garlic in there just because I think that'll taste really good. And then pepper. She says we don't need any salt because of the bacon. I did put salt in my mashed potatoes though. But that's the ingredients of the pierogi casserole. So you cook it in a 9x11 casserole pan. So I'm using my Pampered Chef one. I sprayed it with cooking spray, and I think that's it. I think I covered all the bases. So I'm going to get set up, and then I will bring you back and we'll get started. Okay, here we go. So it goes potatoes, onions, bacon, cheese, pepper, and parsley, and then a layer of noodles. And then it's like making a lasagna. So I guess you could even call this pierogi lasagna too. But so I'm going to put my first layer of potatoes. Let me get a spoon. I'll put a layer of potatoes, and you're supposed to make, I think it said like 6 cups of mashed potatoes. I had no idea how much that was, so I measured out the diced up potatoes before I cooked them, and it was about 6 or 7 cups, so I figured that would be enough, and I'm guessing that it will be. So she said put kind of cover the bottom, not too thick of a layer. Let's see if you can, I just want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. I will put the name of Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking in the description below, because I certainly want her to get credit for this. It is certainly nothing that I made up, and apparently she didn't either. It's just where she's from. It's a very popular dish, I guess. So, all right, I got my first layer of mashed potatoes, and now the onions. She used her hands, I think I am too. It just seems like it'll be easier. So the onions, oh my gosh, my mouth is watering because I just have a feeling this is just going to be like heaven. Because I love pierogies and I love everything in here. So I'm really excited. I hope that my husband and my son love it too. Okay. So I put a nice layer of onions, and I dropped my paper that gives me the layers. Let me wash my hands. My daughter is a pierogi lover as well. We grew up eating them. So she's excited to see this recipe too. She said it sounds really good. The next thing is crumble up bacon. So I'm going to get 3 slices of the bacon and I'm just going to crumble it up. I will admit I've never had bacon in a pierogi, but I can see where it will taste good in this. Mashed potatoes and onions and cheese. So getting that crumbled up in there, making sure there's little bits all over the place. Okay. And then cheese. I gotta keep washing my hands because they're getting all gross. So the recipe called for cheddar cheese or whatever cheese you wanted. This is the kind that she used in her recipe. It had Monterey Jack, cheddar cheese, and asadero cheese. The only difference is this one has quesadilla cheese. So I'm sure it'll be really good. So we just make a layer of cheese. And since everything is already cooked in this recipe, or in this casserole, all you got to do is heat it up. So it's kind of like a lasagna where you just want the cheese to melt and you want everything to get nice and hot. So, all right. So a nice layer of cheese and then pepper. And I guess if it needs salt, we can do that when we're eating it, right? And then some parsley. I use dried parsley because that's what it looked like she used. I'm trying to be as true to her recipe as possible because I really want it to turn out. Okay, and now the noodles. So it called for 3 noodles per layer, so 6 noodles, but I made 8 because I know that my pan fits 4 noodles per layer from when I make lasagna. So we got a little bit extra here. So there is the first layer. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the second layer. If there's extra mashed potatoes, of course, those are always good warmed up, so you can just keep those in a nice refrigerated dish container in the fridge. These mashed potatoes look really good. I've never put cream cheese in my mashed potatoes before. And if I'm remembering right, when I saw somebody make pierogi dough, they put cream cheese in it. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like that happened. So maybe that's why they do it. I don't know. So, okay, got that layer done. Now we'll do more onions. feel like you could put like a really nice thick layer of onions, but maybe that would be too overwhelming, too powerful of a taste. But I just love onions, especially with pierogies, so. Okay. And I have to sneeze. All right, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so we'll do the next 3 pieces of bacon and we'll crumble those up. I'm also heating up some greens on the stove. I don't know, that just sounded good to me. I was going to make a salad to go with it, but I didn't have enough stuff to make a nice salad, so I'm just cooking some greens, which will be yummy. Okay, so that's done, and now more cheese. Do any of you watching make your own pierogies? Or maybe buy them from the ladies at the church? I know where I'm from, there was always a church where the ladies were selling pierogies. Where I live now, I have not noticed that at all. So I don't really eat pierogies unless I go to visit family from where I'm from. So, and now, let's see, what was next? Oh, this pepper. I asked my friends here if anyone likes pierogies, and they had no idea what I was talking about. And if they had ever eaten them, and nobody had. Nobody knew what I was talking about. So I found that to be so odd. But where I live, it's very much a Swedish community. So I guess I can understand that. All right, we're going to put our noodles on. Well, I guess I made 9 noodles. Oh well. That's okay. Okay, so that looks good. I'll give this little piece to my dog. There you go, Watsy. Okay, and now more potatoes for the last layer. This is the top layer. Doesn't this look really good? I'm so excited about it. And you know what? That must have been just enough potatoes. So I ended up cooking a 5-pound bag of potatoes. So to give you an idea how many potatoes are in here, that's what I did. So spread these out. I need a little bit more. If my husband likes this, I could see this becoming maybe a once-a-month dish in our house, because I know my mouth is watering. It looks so good. Okay, so there's my last layer of mashed potatoes. And now I'm going to put, let's see, I'll do the parsley. And then the onions. I probably could have done 3 medium onions, because this top one isn't going to have as many on it as the other ones did. So, all right, there's onions on top, and then I'll crumble up the rest of the bacon. Get every little piece. So I did 8 pieces of bacon. And like I said, you can get Helga's recipe on her her YouTube channel. Okay. And the cheese. And then it'll be ready to go in the oven. So it's kind of like, sorry, that's my dog. I think a delivery man is outside. Balti, that's enough. Okay, I don't want to do too much, but I want to make sure it's completely covered, which I think it is. And I don't remember if I put some pepper on there or not. Maybe I'll do a little bit more parsley and garlic. Remember, the garlic was my own addition. That wasn't in the original recipe, so. Okay. All right, so this is Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking from her channel, her Pierogi Casserole, which is very, it's like a comfort food in Pennsylvania where she's from. So I'm going to put this in an oven at 375 degrees for about 30 minutes or 40 minutes until all the cheese melts and gets golden brown. And then I will show you what it looks like when I'm all done. Okay? Okay, it just came out of the oven and it looks and smells amazing. Are you ready to see it? Let me get some pot holders. Maybe you can get a closer look. Doesn't that look amazing? So I'm going to let it cool for just a few minutes. I don't know. Just let it sit for just a little bit, and then we'll cut into it and serve dinner, and I will let you know how it tastes. Okay? Okay, it's all done. I have mine plated up here. It kind of didn't stay together, so this is one piece all falling apart, but I will take a bite. It's kind of hot, so it smells like a pierogi. And it tastes like a pierogi too. Really delicious. I would highly recommend this. Just make sure you have enough time for preparation. It's not a quick and easy meal. So give it a try. It's delicious.